speaker. I apologize, man. I don't know what they be. This is some bullshit. I'm glad I had this. I'm glad I set up the system so I could catch that because I wouldn't have caught it otherwise. Alright, here we go. Alright, family. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. I am your host, Brother Hot Tim, and of course, you know right now we are rocking. And I want to welcome you to the Congregation of the Mighty. And of course, you know this is Tribal Quotes and the Heart of a Simple production. That's right. But it's actually strive to blow up your old paradigm. So, we're going to get straight into the Proverbs. First, let me go and do my diatomaceous earth. Get this out the way, because I want to drink this before I go on and do my little food for the night, because what I'm trying to eat right now, I got some dandelion up out my garden. I got some onions. Some onions about my garden. I got cucumber, a fresh cucumber from the school garden. I'm using some phoenix blood. You know what I'm saying? And I soaked it in there for a little while. I'm going here and eat, but I want to drink this first because that's going to be introducing some probiotics into my system, and I want to go and get this down because you know this go through and clean you out. Alright, so we're about to get started. We're going to start off with these proverbs, and then we'll get into other conversations. But once again, lines are open. Feel free to call in, family, to discuss what y'all want to discuss. But I'm telling you right now, they all going to line up with these proverbs. Alright, so we got it down. Alright, so CeeLo had something today. I hope she'll let us know how that went. I need to get back on my regimen as well. Just been so damn busy. I understand. So I started working out a little bit more. I started with the diatomaceous earth, and I was trying to do it every morning. I did it for a portion of the 21-day challenge where I was working out every day, and I was able to work out every day. And I did the diatomaceous earth maybe the last 2 weeks, and you know I kind of felt it because it's pushing stuff out. So I'm chilling and I'm growing. And like I said, my piece is, before I suggest anything for anybody out there, I like to try it myself, right? So I'm gonna be going on to something else in the next couple of weeks, but I will say this diatomaceous earth works. Ladies, for those of you that want to grow long, healthy nails, and those that want to grow hair, this is real important to help you out with that, as well as cleaning out the system. Because I hear people talking about, I want to clean out my system. You want to clean out your system? Try the diatomaceous earth. It will help clean you out. The only thing is, like I said, you do it like what I was doing. I was taking it early in the morning. Like I would get up and I was trying to do some the new Instagram TV, but I couldn't. They wouldn't let me upload stuff after a while, so I said, forget Instagram. So, but what I would do is I would get up, I would do the diatomaceous earth and water, then I would run and allow it to work through my system so that when I did the daily toast, this would not interrupt the probiotics coming to my system because it will already have passed through my system. That's how my system works. It works real quick. So, I did a diatomaceous earth. Anybody want to call in, you can call in. We're going to move straight into the Proverbs. I kind of had some news that I wanted to discuss. but it ain't popping up right now. And I got something I'm saving for the morning, because I'm thinking about another shirt, because I'm gonna do a shirt for Gye-Nyame Journey as well. But first we're gonna go and knock out the Daily Toast shirt, which is at this point in time the most important one for me right now. So we want to make sure we are able to complete this mission. I'm gonna try to get I want to have about 50 of them, right? All sizes. And for some of the ladies, we're gonna have pink because Miss Christine suggested she said she want pink. She gave me a fancy pink name. I never heard of this pink. I don't even know if I could find a t-shirt in this color, but I'm gonna try, right? Because you don't want beef with Christine, all right? But Miss Cynthia Johnson, if you want to try it, I would suggest try it because I'm not hurt. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was using the bathroom, but that's what a cleanser do. It goes through you and push stuff out. So today we are on day 36. Anybody that want to support the journey, y'all get the book. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Workbook, Tribal Quotes. It's compiled by me. I didn't write the book. I wrote the introduction. I tell you how to use the book because it's a 90-day process that you can use the book to basically help you reboot and change your life, right? It's part of that 224 self-help process. And that's kind of what I was going to talk about, right? That 224 self-help process, because there are 10 steps. And we got a whole bunch. It's a whole system. But there's like 10 steps. And it's like we got everything numbered. 1 is self, right? You know what I'm saying? But you know, like I said, maybe we'll discuss that a little bit in the morning. But step 2 is the 224 self-help process. Spend at least 2 hours a day working on you. Whether that's a physical workout, whether that's meditation, whether that's study, however you combine it, you need to spend at least 2 hours a day working on you. Is it? Yeah. It's available on the Gumroad site. I'll post it up. It's available on the digital, so we can make that. I can make that happen for you. And I think it's up on my Gumroad. So if you go to gumroad.com/G&J, I think it's G&J. It's G&J or Hot Tim. I don't know. I'll find it and I will send it up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna post it up right now. Let's go and look at that right now. Gumroad. G-U-M Road. Hatim on, it's gumroad.com/GNJ. Because I wanted to keep everything Gye-Nyame Journey. Pretty soon, we will be reopening our bank account because, you know, we got some stuff coming in. Also, it looks like I have been recruited to work with the African Arts Festival. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to be stepping up, doing some stuff, helping with that. But let me see. Let me find it so I can post it up. Tribal quotes. Alright, so I'm going to get tribal quotes available in digital form. Gye-Nyame Journey membership. Boom, boom, freedom within. I'm surprised I don't got tribal quotes up there. Warriors Handbook for Life Journey, Gye-Nyame. Oh, okay, there you go, tribal quotes. Let me go and reactivate that. I'm going to reactivate that. I'm sorry. Publish. Boom. Alright. So I got it. Let me share it with you. I'm going to share it with y'all. Congratulations. We just had one up here as well. The turnout was really good. Where is that? New York? Alright, let me go on and post this up. So here we go for tribal quotes. Those that want tribal quotes, here it is. Here is the link on Spreaker now, and here is the link on Facebook. Man, I got this. I'm getting this system together now. All I need to do, the next step, congratulations, we just had one. Yes, New York City. Okay, I know a graphic artist in the community. If you need someone for future projects, cool, because I got one too. And, you know, because we've been working with her through Kwanzaa, and it never occurred to me to even talk with her about the piece. But she did a real good job on helping me get because I had the design. But the issue is when I uploaded it, the T-shirt people who make it had some complaints about the design. So I needed some more digital work, and she was able to do it. Brother Kwame said, have you reached out to the president of the UNIA here in Columbus for the most honorable Marcus Garvey? No. I'm still working on that, man, because my whole piece is, now I do know the president here, right? The brother that say he president here, we got we kind of connected with. I just seen him at the Kush family reunion, and we're going to, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, it's just a matter of getting the location down. I'm trying to meet with my team first. You know what I'm saying? I want to meet with my team so that we can move forward together in unity. Not me, because what happened is I go out and Brother Hatim will do my thing, and you might be cool with it, Kwame, but then other people might be like, well, I didn't have any input. So I want to give everybody a seat at the table, right? They're supposed to be there so that we go knock that out. I'm not on that. Does it come via email perhaps? I got one during... Yeah, you might have got one during Kwanzaa. You need to check that out. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember which one I gave. Now you're going to make me... Now I got to go back to the Gumroad and see what I gave away. Because, you know, because like I said, I really don't believe in the whole donation piece. And I know a lot of y'all going... I don't even know if y'all gonna be mad at me about that. I believe in that we need to start exchanging. We need to get that Ujima. We on Ujima today. We need to get that Ujima flowing, and that Ujima is about reciprocity. It's about gratitude and reciprocity. What comes around goes around. And economics is a system based on reciprocity, right? You give something, somebody gives you something back. It's exchange. So I honestly believe, rather than asking people for donations, give them something, right? I mean, and that's what we need to start striving to do as a community. I want to provide you with value. You provide me with value. You provide me with capital that I could work on. You understand what I'm saying? So what I want to do is provide you with something. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's a book that you might not ever use. You understand what I'm saying? But I gave you, we exchanged something. You know what I'm saying? I want you to know that I appreciate you. So when we doing this stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure people understand that. So getting back to the 224 self-help process, because if you notice, if you type in hashtag 224 self-help process, all one word, it's going to pop up, and all the stuff I've been doing with Gye-Nyame is going to pop up, because this is a system, right? And in the system, it demands that each individual that's talking about being part of the fam, being part of the tribe, you got to dedicate at least 2 hours a day on you. 2 hours on your self-development, on your self-mastery, your own nation building. 2 hours a day. Starting with you and then working out. Everything starts inside of us, not necessarily just the internal organs, but inward, and then we work outward. So we spend 2 hours a day at least working on ourselves. And the reason I say 2 hours at least every 24 hours, within every 24-hour period, is because your enemy is working 24 hours a day to keep you where you are, to keep you stuck. So you can at least spend 2 hours making sure that you are opening up your mind, opening up your spirit, you know what I'm saying? Aligning all 5 parts of your being, right? So that you can deal with this. Now, what starts to happen is you start finding that 2 hours is not enough. So once you start the process, you start figuring that 2 hours is not enough. Anybody who ever mastered anything know exactly what I'm talking about. When you go and you start practicing something, or you start writing something, or you start singing something, and that 2 minutes that you was planning to do it turns into 2 hours, turns into 3 hours, turns into 4 hours. When you become good at something, when you start really applying yourself to something, you start spending more time at it. And this is what we talk about with the 224 self-help process. Start spending 2 hours a day on developing you. All of us are not going to be historians. All of us are not going to be mathematicians. All of us is not going to be politicians. All of us is not going to, you know what I'm saying? Find what you are good at. Find at what you can bring to the community. What can you bring to the tribe? And start working on mastering that. Start working on improving yourself. Start working on aligning those 5 parts of being. What are the 5 parts of being, Brother Hatim? We'll talk about that in the morning with the morning toast. So on to the Proverbs of the day. Shouts out Miss Jill Jackson. I see you out there. All right. We are on day 36. Those that have, because if you donated during Kwanzaa, more than likely you probably did get this book, right? If you didn't get the book, I posted it up. You gone. You get it on Gumroad on $5 exchange. That's all I'm asking. You know what I'm saying? But if you want the hardcover, you go to. I can also post up where you go to that. You go to Gye-Nyame.com, right? If you look up in the top tabs up there, you'll see Tribal Quotes. You click on it. You can get a hardcover book, or if you want me to get the book, you let me know you want me to buy the book, and you will get it from me. And I get it to you, or better yet, I can get some and I can put it in Zawadi bookstore. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure he wouldn't mind selling the books if they sell them. If y'all want them, we can get them, right? Hell, we can start a study group with him if y'all want to do that. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because I got about 5 books, and I got some more coming out. Now, next announcement. I am working on what I call a dynamic newsletter. This is a newsletter that's going to involve you. Of course, it's going to be written, but when we drop it, it's not going to be done, right? When we put the newsletter out, what's going to happen is that the newsletter, you're going to be able to respond to the articles, make suggestions for the articles, make suggestions for things that you want to see, and we will come back and we will add to it. Like, for example, every week I'm going to be adding the folktale of the week and the proverbs of that week. Like right now, we got the proverbs of the week, and I'm about to read those. Brother Kwame says, shouts out to Diaz, Brother Diaz. Brother Kwame say, why you got to mention mathematics twice and whatnot? All of us are going to be, in fact, we all are mathematicians. Well, yeah, to one degree or another, but like I said, you know what I'm saying, if you are a better politician, you know what I'm saying, I would like you to learn math, but I would like you to focus on the politics. Now, the point that I was trying to make is that what we have is we have individuals in our movement, we have individuals in our tribe that's trying to be good at every goddamn thing. What I'm saying is, there's more than enough of us where if we was to focus on what we're good at, I think we would get farther as a tribe, right? Now, I'm not trying to step on your toes as a mathematician. I can't step on your toes as a mathematician. You understand what I'm saying? But, you know, I have skills that I'm working on, right? I'm a nation builder. I put camps together, and I train men. I train warriors, right? And you know what I'm saying? I'm able to build the infrastructure of a tribe. That's what I'm good at. You know what I'm saying? I'm good at organizing people. I'm good at helping people. I'm good at developing people. That's what I do, right? And you do it in your way, but you use mathematics in your process. But everybody's not going to be able to do that. And everybody ain't going to be able to do it the way I do it. We got a young man like Brother Shamar. You seen Brother Shamar out there when he, you know what I'm saying? He organized like me and you do, but it's totally different. Because when he took those kids out there and he like, well, we going to play soccer basketball. Soccer basketball, ain't nobody playing that. And not only did he have the young people we had with us playing it, he had some of the boys out in the neighborhood that just happened to be out there. He got them involved with it. But we do stuff like that when we stay in our lanes. What start to happen is we want to be in all lanes. So let's get to this. Day 36. Wisdom is knowing what to do next. Virtue is doing it. Let me check and make sure nobody on the line and I just can't hear them. All right. Once again, wisdom is knowing what to do next. Virtue is doing it. That's by David Starr Jordan from a book called The Philosophy of Despair. Number 2, we owe almost all our knowledge not to those who have agreed, but to those who have differed. Charles Caleb Colton. And from Malawi, kick away the ladder and your feet will be left dangling. Shouts out, Miss Sharika. How you doing? That's from Malawi. Once again, kick away the ladder and your feet will be left dangling. All right? Oh, and also, we are working on getting the iOS app. We have everything we need. I just need to get access to Apple computer. Right now, Brother Anubis is trying to work on it. And then also, but he's having some issues, so I reached out to another one of my brothers, and we're going to be working on getting the iOS application. So all of y'all with those Apple phones, you're going to be able to have Gye-Nyame Journey on your thing. How you doing, Miss Freedom? All right, check this out, family. This is what I need. I need for you to pick a number between 1 and 3. The idea is what we become so good at we do that we are able to relate all matters of discipline to Exactly. I don't disagree with that. And that's the goal, right? I mean, you can have conversations. You can hit it up with a mathematical comparison. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I can hit it with a story. And you can say what I'm saying within my story in a mathematical term, and I can say what you're saying in mathematics from a story form. That's what we do, right? 3. Gye-Nyame Journey. Nubis is on it. Kick away the ladder and your feet will be left dangling. Now, last week, so this is crazy. So last week, one of the proverbs was, as you climb the ladder of success, check occasionally and make sure it is leaning against the right wall. So often, what is a ladder? A ladder is something. Now, for those people out there, if you are interested, I'll get number 2 second, Miss Regina. Somebody beat you with the number 3. Call in line 614-556-4535. Don't be shy to call in or to type in your own thoughts on these proverbs, because my word is not final. Matter of fact, we don't have to agree. You don't have to agree with me. You know what I'm saying? But you never know. Somebody out there might need your wisdom, might need your insight. So don't be hiding your light up under a bush. You know what I'm saying? So kick away the ladder and your feet will be left dangling. What is a ladder? A ladder is a tool that is used to take you to a higher level, right? So when you're working on something or you're trying to get up somewhere, when you're picking fruit or you're trying to build a house, a ladder is a tool that you use to take you up and lift you up to another level, right? But oftentimes we always have to come back down to earth. So in many, like for example, even in spirituality, right? And not just people getting deep, right? Because we got a lot of people that have the ability to get deep but go nowhere, right? And we gotta deal with that. As a matter of fact, what I want to do, and let me put this out while we talking about this. I want to interview somebody who has experience, right? Or know about psychotropic drugs. Psychedelics, my fault, not psychotropic. Psychedelics. I want to talk to somebody that is an expert in psychedelics. So if y'all know somebody out there, we want to have an interview on Gye-Nyame Journey with somebody who knows about psychedelic drugs, like the mushrooms, like DMT, like ayahuasca. You know what I'm saying? I want somebody out there that knows about that. So here we go. Kick away the ladder and your feet will be left dangling. So now, when you are using a ladder is a tool that takes you to another level. Now, what happens is that you often have to come back down to the ground. In most cases, you got to come back down to the ground. So oftentimes, what some of us do, we go up to another level, but sometimes we want to knock the ladder up from, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we knock the ladder from up under us, which takes us back to the foundation, right? So we break off contact. Ooh, Kwame, you know everybody. So Hunter Adams is in Columbus, but somebody on the line. Who on the line? Who on the line?
You said drugs.
It said drugs.
What kind of drugs you talking about? What kind of drugs you want, pimpin'?
Psychedelics. We're looking at psychedelics. DMT.
Okay.
DMT.
Okay, what you know about those eye doses?
The eye
You want some
doses?
eye drugs? I got some eye drugs for you.
Nah, I don't know a lot. I don't know a lot about those. But you know, I'm just.
Oh, come on. Listen here. Eye drugs is internet drugs you can buy from the internet, and you put headphones on, and you put blindfolds on, and you listen to these sounds, and the sounds make you. It tricks your mind into thinking you're having a psychedelic experience. So what it does is releases all the endorphins as if, and it actually creates a psychedelic trip.
For real? I mean, you tried these?
True story. No, I ain't trying. I don't do drugs.
Oh, well, I want to. If you hook me up with that, I want to try that. I want to try that because I have been.
Now people have died. People have died. We ain't talking about binaural. I mean, but it's the same thing. It's like the same thing they do with the binaural sound. They tweaking the frequency so to hit those points that make you think you're experiencing a psychedelic trip until you really are.
Did you say people have died?
Yeah.
I definitely want to try that shit. Hey. So yeah. If you send me a site, send me a link. I definitely want to try that. All right. So now, but back to the proverb. It say, "Kick away the ladder, and your feet will be left dangling." What does it mean when your feet is left dangling? That means that you are up too high for your own good at that point in time, bro. Come on, dealing. No, he don't do drugs. He's a dealer, Brother Shaka the dealer. That was Brother Kwame. Hey man, hey. So, but hey,
wow.
I'll try that. I got some nice headphones over here. I'll give me some blindfolds and I'll try it. You know what I'm saying? Just so I can say that I did it. You know what I'm saying? But there's a reason I want to interview somebody about the psychedelic drugs. But going up high, right? What ladders do, they help you go up high. Ladders help you go up to another level. And what you have to be able to do is to be able to come back down safely. Right? So when a ladder is kicked up from up under your feet, there's a possibility that you may get hurt coming down, because if you do not have a ladder when you are doing the job, if you don't have a ladder when you go up and you got to come back down, there's a possibility that you may come down too fast and hurt yourself. Right? So a ladder, you need the ladder to go up, but you also need the ladder to come down safely. Right? So a ladder is a tool, right? And oftentimes what we have to start learning how to do is start being able to take care of the tools. Now, whether that tool is the actual ladder in your life, or the ladder is a metaphor for your friends, or a metaphor for your relationships, or a metaphor for the financial resources, whatever that is, you're going to need to go up it. There's a good possibility that you're going to need to come down, because nobody wants to live on a ladder. If you have ever climbed up on a ladder,
hey,
go ahead.
What you just said, Prince wrote a song, and the song is called The Ladder. And in the statement that you just made, he made the opposite. I just want to know what he meant by the ladder. I don't know if it's any Prince fans that's like die hard that know the song that I'm talking about, that's on the album called Around the World Today, Paisley Park, whichever one was the title track. But he says everybody's looking for the ladder. Everybody wants salvation of the soul, and every step you take is no easy road. Yeah, I don't know. I never really listened to the song all like that, but yeah, it's a good one.
But you hit the note. Miss Regina said, in addition, the higher you reach, the more important the ladder becomes. Because you do have the short ladders, right, where you possibly could jump down. But there are some ladders that have those extensions that if you fall off of them, you are going to get hurt. Brother Kwame say, not sure where exactly Hunter Adam is right now, but when we last had him in town, he was and had looked into those kind of drugs, ayahuasca included. Now, for those that don't know what ayahuasca is, see, and this is Dr. Linda Myers. Oh, okay, cool. I gotta call Dr. because I need to have her on the show. I need to interview her. But the reason that I'm talking about looking at that stuff, because if we look at the way our ancestors dealt with these drugs, right? It wasn't an individual thing. It was like a community type piece, right? And I'm looking because I wouldn't mind being able to take a trip down to Mexico or somewhere and doing ayahuasca. Just a thought, just a thought. Always be sure your ladder is stable for you. Now that is that advice right there is excellent, right? Because Sister Cynthia say always be sure your ladder is stable before you start climbing. Right? And some of us be in a hurry. Sometimes I just want to get up, I want to get down, I want to get this gutter clean, and we don't make sure that it's balanced and it's on a solid foundation, and you can get hurt. You understand? Because it's like, because like I said, those higher levels, I mean, even in spirituality, you're not meant to stay at a certain frequency for too long. You know what I'm saying? You'll burn yourself out. You always got to come back down to earth. You always got to, we always got to come back down to earth. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's the end, right? Because the earth is where we get where we got the most stability. You know what I'm saying? You can't live on top of a damn ladder. It's not a comfortable seat. It's not a comfortable place. It's good for a job. It's good for a duty. She said, I want to try. Hey. And it's nothing for us to, we are black in America, but hell, we could raise money and take a trip to somewhere and go down to the Amazon and do that ayahuasca. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a possibility. You know what I'm saying? You get enough people, we can.
Hey, y'all heard about about that special honey?
The special honey. Uh-oh.
Yeah, you got to climb up these mountains. I don't know where it is, Brazil, Thailand, someplace. They go up in the mountain, and it's special honey. And I don't know if it's Manuka honey or if it's another kind. But the thing is that this honey, when you drink it or when you taste it, rather, you get a buzz, a psychedelic buzz. It's like a cannabis. What it is the bees. The bees are trained for cannabis.
Ooh. See, I'm gonna shut my mouth on that one because I got a plan for cannabis too. But shut my mouth on that one. But somebody else just hit us on the line.
This is Lady J.
What's up, Lady J? How you doing this evening?
I'm fabulous. Thank you for asking.
All right, so Miss Cynthia Johnson says 36 chambers because we're talking about that ayahuasca. And Brother Kwame said we had a great deal of fun with ladders in our differential calculus problems. So I guess they used the ladder. Was the ladder used as a metaphor in the problems? But you're right. Indigenous people do it. It's a ritual. It's a ceremony. See, and in this modern society, we strip everything. We strip everything out. So these type of drugs, these type of experiences become very dangerous for us, right? In a sense, we kick away the ladder. You understand what I'm saying? Those elders, those ritual leaders were in a sense the foundation or the ladder on which we climbed up, and they made sure that we was able to come back down safely. And it's the same thing in our careers. We need to climb up and be able to come back down safely. You understand what I'm saying? Making sure that the ladder is balanced. So we got to be able to work. We got to be able to work with that ladder. It's a tool. And we have to understand that tools have a specific purposes. And we need to use them properly and we need to use them safely. If not, we could hurt ourselves or even hurt others. You understand what I'm saying? So when a ladder is, kick away the ladder and your feet will be left dangling. And if your feet is left dangling, that means that one, either somebody gonna have to get that ladder back up, or you're gonna fall and possibly fall to your death, or fall to a point where you really hurt yourself. Go ahead.
What I get out of the proverb has a lot more to do with an opportunist and an opportunist mind state. Like, we're on one end of the food, they say no man is an island, right?
Right.
But here you go. Sometimes you get into these opportunities where you're like, you know what? If you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. And I ain't letting nobody else you know what I mean? I'm going for all the power all by myself, and you climb this ladder, and you kick the ladder from under you, and you realize you are by yourself. You know
hanging,
what I mean?
with your feet dangling.
What we learned from the movie The Five Heartbeats, it's lonely at the top. So the piece is that I think that the statement has a lot to do with the way that we advance. You don't kick the ladder when you want to get to an elevation, especially if you want to thrive in that elevated state. You got to leave that ladder there so somebody else can come up after you and share the air. Some of us don't know how to share the air.
Hey, somebody just asked, we got a Prince fan that just answered your challenge. She wrote, Sister Regina wrote, sounds like our current situation, the ladder. Prince, the revolution. Once upon a time in a land of sin and plenty, there lived a king who didn't deserve to be. He knew not where he came from, nor where he was going. He never once said thank you, never please. Now the king, he had a subject named Electra, who loved him with a passion uncontested. For him each day she had a smile, but it didn't matter. The king was looking for the ladder. Shekel Mac 10 is in the house.
Everybody. Oh, my bad.
Go ahead, bro. Go on. If you know the song, go on. So now.
All right, but I need you to say, yeah, go ahead. I'll come in with the everybody's looking for the ladder. Go ahead.
Oh, she stopped right there. I think her fingers got tired. Because you know most people be on these little phones.
Oh, I thought she was cut. I thought she could. That's good, though. That's beautiful.
See, I mean,
and yeah, you're right. You're right. That story is right now. Right now. And I think that, and I might be wrong, and this is why, I want to bounce this off y'all when he says everybody's looking for the ladder. After we've heard the narrative, it's like, everybody right now
is looking for escape.
For a way up and out.
Right. See, and this is the question. Out to where? You go up and out. Where's out? Because you're going to have to come back down to the earth, because no matter how high you go, you always going to have to come back down to the earth. So where's out? Where's everybody trying to get to? You know what I'm saying? The king couldn't even recognize his girl because he's looking for the way up and out. And the question is, what you going to get out of? Where you going up to?
That's a big question.
And you know what I'm saying? And that's the question.
Hotep is our goal.
You say who? Hotep is our goal?
Hotep is our goal.
What's Hotep?
Peace.
Okay. I mean, that's... Hotep is our goal. Keeps us warm when life grows cold. Keep your eye on the prize. Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah.
Perseverance and
I got
respect.
that June DVD. Oh, my bad.
That's right. Get that June commercial in, bro. That's how you do it. But yeah, she said Hotep is our goal. So I mean, but now that might be yours. You clear on where you trying to, if you're looking for the ladder, because you don't need the ladder to find Hotep. You might. But let's go to number 2, because I think it was Miss Regina who so eloquently typed in the words to the Prince song. Did you do that from memory, or you had the album that you was able to pull up and cut and paste that? You know what I'm saying? She
like Hatem, I got Google like everybody else. I got Google. I Googled those joints.
But hey, that was quick, man. I was just saying.
Control and C.
So I'm just saying. So let's move to number 2. We owe almost all knowledge not to those who have agreed, but to those who have differed. That's from Charles Caleb Carlton. Anybody want to go first on that one?
Of course.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, go ahead. Well, go ahead, Lady J. Ladies first.
Yeah. So can you read it one more
Remember
time?
this Lady J in the house. You need your own theme music. All right, come correct next time.
We owe almost all
take care of it for me.
We owe almost all our knowledge not to those who have agreed, but to those who have differed.
Yeah, so that's how you construct knowledge. I think about what we do on this show, the number of times that you and I have disagreed, and the fact that people are able to share their thoughts gives other people opportunity to construct their own knowledge. But I don't. Yeah, pretty much it. That's pretty much it. If I'm not listening to other people in their views and their perspective, I'm not able to grow my own understanding. And so I think of the idea of a fixed mindset versus a a lot of
a growth mindset.
Times when we talk about that a growth mindset. You have a fixed mindset. You really don't want to hear. A, you're afraid to make mistakes, but B, you're married to your thoughts. You're in that paradigm. You're in that box, and you're not willing to go out that box, let alone look over the sides of that box and figure out something different. And so when you have that growth mindset, you understand that information is constantly changing, constantly knowledge, information is constant. I'm trying to think of the word I can't think of the word, but it's transforming. It's transformative. So when you have that, yes. So when you have that growth mindset, you with the growth mindset, you're able to construct your own knowledge, and you take what you know, you put it with what you've learned, and you come up with something new. But that comes from listening to other people and their perspectives. And so, I'm in total agreement with that, and I've watched that, and I see how it works not only with my students, but with myself. One thing I tell my students is I'm a teacher because I like to learn. And so I know that every day when I go to school, my students also have experiences and things that they know and that they've encountered, that they've lived through, they could add to my understanding, right? And so that's how I get my knowledge, And then I feel like when people challenge me and my thinking, one thing I like about myself and that I like in people is when you're not married to you're willing to listen, you're willing to think, think outside the box, basically. That's where knowledge and true knowing comes from.
Brother Kwame say another way of hearing this one is to think of it as a paradox. Two seemingly contradictory statements that when resolved brings you a deeper understanding to the truth the two persons had different perspective on. Okay, Brother Kwame. All right, go ahead. You
Okay.
Go ahead, Brother Shaka.
Yep. Okay, it's like this. All right, because I'm gonna break it all the way. I'm gonna break it just a little bit. Okay, because when I break it all the way down, now I think okay. I said, look. First of all, what a caterpillar sees as the end, the rest of the world sees what?
A beginning.
A butterfly. Right?
Right.
So when you put yourself in the mind of expansion, only can you realize the worth in self to understand the work that is necessary to be able to maintain that standard of self. Some of us ain't got a standard of self to maintain.
Yeah. Because
we live to live in our comfort zone. And what do we learn about the comfort? What do we learn about the comfort zone? Is that it's a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. And so I forget what Lady J called it, but I call it the learning zone, which is the circle outside of your zone. And then outside of your learning zone is the panic zone. And the panic zone is where you learn the most valuable lesson of self. The panic zone is like I don't know. Have you ever, Tim, have you ever experienced the panic zone? And if you have, was it a place that you were able to learn?
It's sometimes it takes time because like new and different ideas are like scars. They take time to heal, and when it finally heals, it's new and it's stronger. Like when something breaks, you know what I'm saying? It comes back, it builds up, and it's stronger. Because I often struggle with this. I'm having struggles with new ideas all the time. Shit, you know what I'm saying? I have to sit here and be quiet on some of these shows because I don't be agreeing with everything. You understand what I'm saying? But I have to sit quietly on the show and I have to practice it here. But it's very, yeah. It's like.
So let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
You're saying that you actually learn through diplomacy.
Yeah, I definitely. Shit. I wouldn't be where I am right now if not for being able to learn through diplomacy. But just because I'm diplomatic don't mean that I necessarily have to agree. Now, I love the beautiful new ideas, but one of the things that I do understand is that sometimes, like for example, Kwame used the idea of the paradox where you got two opposite things coming together and they form something new. But those two opposite things had to be full in themselves, and oftentimes the change that happens doesn't happen to those two things. The change that happens with the new life that they give birth to. So, for example, you have a male, you have a female. When they come together, in that moment of agreement, and the stuff is exchanged, a new life is born, and that new life is that new idea, is that different idea, right? But that male still leaves as a male, and that female still leaves as a female, except in this modern time.
Time out.
Go ahead.
Because, all right, now this is a true or false question for the room. Y'all can put T or F. True or false? What we lose in diplomacy is the integrity of the truth. True or false?
Say it one more time.
What we lose in diplomacy is the integrity of the truth.
What we lose in diplomacy is the integrity of the truth. All right. And you said you want a true or false. What we lose in diplomacy.
But you see how because that's the thing. I asked you a closed-ended question,
right,
and only gave you those two possibilities.
And my whole life has been spent on going in between the possibilities. But I'm trying to give you because I could think of because like I said, when we look at the word integrity, it's a whole number. It's a whole, and it's like, by diplomacy, am I giving up a piece of the truth, or am I expanding my vision to see a different truth, or to see a different aspect of truth that wasn't available to me before? Because there is definitely times where you do give up integrity.
For example, if you see a handicap or like a Down syndrome person, and they, when you're younger and immature, the first thing you want to do is, you know what I mean? Because you immature, and you see somebody but one of your friends might have been like, "Hey man, that shit ain't funny. My cousin like that," right? Mm-hmm. You got the truth right there. But now dig this: you take the same situation. That Down syndrome dude just made a joke, and it was funny as shit. But you sitting there trying not to laugh because still you locked in this shit that he got Down syndrome, and you ain't supposed to laugh at his ass. He made a joke. He wants you to laugh and feel comfortable and just laugh, right? Mm-hmm. But we don't, because we being diplomatic.
Now, Kwame say, how are you defining the truth? Because diplomacy really has to do with truth. Now, let me say this, because one of the lessons that I learned in studying Marcus Garvey's philosophy, diplomats rarely deal with truth. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really, diplomacy rarely deals with, as Kwame say, rarely deals with truth, because I mean he brings up a good point. You know what I'm saying? Diplomacy is about your side getting what the fuck they want and my side getting what the fuck I want. We each trying to get, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get as much out of the deal that will bring me closer to my comfort zone. Not necessarily true, but bring me closer to my comfort, me and the people I represent to my comfort, and you're trying to maintain or get as much as you can to maintain your comfort. So, you know, that you put me, like you said, you put me in a closed-ended loop where it's like, damn, if I say yes, this group of people gonna die. If I say no, this group of people gonna die. Damn, what do I do? That's what we often, you know what I'm saying? But these are the type of things that we run into as nation builders. You know what I'm saying? We got to make some of those tough decisions. But let me see.
Hey, go ahead.
But getting back to the proverb, so I want to make sure that people know what was the cause of this discussion. We owe almost all our knowledge, not to those who have agreed, but to those who have differed. Right? And like I said, we could take it down and break it down to an individual lesson, but as groups, we also progress by individuals who are, in a sense, a maverick to the whole group. It's like, yo, I don't agree with that shit. I'm looking for something else. You know, y'all been doing this like this for years and ain't been working. It's time for us to try something new. No, you can't try nothing new. You know what I'm saying? But oftentimes, we introduce stuff. We introduce new things and new ideas by disagreeing. Those people that disagree, they introduce. But now, this is one thing I just heard today. I can't remember who the quote came from. They said, but if you do something and 99% of the people tell you that you are crazy, that you are wrong, right? Either you are terribly wrong or you are about to make history.
Hey, feel that right now, yo. Feel that right now.
I know.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? But the scary part is you never know which which field you're playing in. But that's the beauty of life. You know what I'm saying? It only takes one idea and one person willing to push the idea to change the entire world. But Shaka, something happened to your phone, man, because it's real low now.
You can't hear me now?
Now I can hear you. When you was just talking, I couldn't hear you. It was real low, but now it's better. So we owe almost all of our knowledge, not to those who have agreed, but to those who have differed. You know what I'm saying? Because and then every level of evolution, far as us as human beings, have come from somebody differing with the status quo. The status quo.
You know, and that's the thing, is that we are all, even though we are equally yoked, right? Because we might have different resources, a lot of times it is us as a community that don't recognize the resource that we have, because we I don't even know how to even explain what I meant. So I'm gonna leave that part alone. But the piece is like, you look at Avatar, the Last Airbender, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got 4 tribes.
Right.
4 tribes. Right?
Right.
Now, if I was in this thing, I would be wanting to get everybody to work together as one. Just like Cyrus off of the Warriors, just like Shock off the Black Phoenix. All right, so the piece is that you got either the ones who work with the fire. What do you call them?
Firebenders. They're all benders. You got fire tribe, firebenders, earth benders, air benders, and water benders.
So why can't we listen? We need it all, and if we all came together, I mean, if I had a tribe of one of each, I feel like I would have the dopest situation ever, right? And to me, that's what represents oneness. But hey, it never does it ever really happen like that on Avatar? Does it really ever happen like that in real life?
Now, on Avatar, it does kind of, because what the Avatar represents is the oneness of all of them. That's what he's supposed to represent, because he's supposed to be able to bend all of them. So he has to go to all the tribes, and because he has the natural ability to bring all of the tribes together, because he can do it all. He's supposed to be able. He has an innate ability to bend all of them. So a firebender can't necessarily get along with an earthbender, because they see the world differently. You understand what I'm saying? They see, Kwame say etherbenders. I don't know if they was on the show, Kwame. I don't know if they was on the show, man. But they did have, in a sense, they did have bloodbenders, though. You know what I'm saying? But I mean,
wait, how?
Oh,
how did they have bloodbenders?
There was certain individuals that was an offshoot of waterbenders, where they was able to actually mess you up. What's up?
Oh, that's messed up. Yo.
They was able
that's probably
they could kill you, because they would be able to control the flow of your blood. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was crazy, because they bend you all up and you be all messed up, and they was taking benders out. They was like assassins type. It was a forbidden practice. So all of the benders,
man,
go ahead.
What's so deep about that, Hatem, is that I was just thinking about that in real life. Like, you know how like a thunderclap, it has an impact on it's like the wind. You know what I mean? Like you hear, I don't know, but you ever like snap a rope and you can feel the power of the wind in that snap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or snap a rat tail. You know, you wrap up a towel,
right?
And you smack. I mean, so that in a sense is Arab food movie where you got the guy with the candle in front of him, like maybe 6 foot in front of him, and he does this movement with his hand, and he pushes the wind to blow the candle out. Now, the drum does the same thing. Every time Allende hit that clap is a force, a sonic blast. And if there was a towel at the bottom of his drum, you can see the air being pushed in and out, right? So every time he hits that clap, that has to resonate somewhere sharp, just like he released it.
Right.
I wonder what would happen if you faced the whole of the towards somebody's, somebody's center. If it changes anything inside in terms of the flow of blood. I was just thinking about this. I was thinking about it hard last night. It was interesting.
So I mean, but yeah, the vibrations can change stuff. But you know, I mean, but those type of questions are questions that we have to sit down. That would be an experiment that we should be able to set up and see what the outcomes are. That's basically the foundation of college or university, being able to actually carry out experiments and learn the results of certain actions over and over again.
Right. Like I'll give you another example. They made this sonic boom fire extinguisher. And basically, it's a speaker that creates an 808 sound. And this 808 sound, when you put it over fire, it extinguishes the fire. with the sound.
Mm-hmm. Yup. Get that vibration going.
You can look that up on YouTube. That's for real.
You get that vibration going, and the air knocks it out. So, I mean, but, you know, those type of experiments, I mean, those are experiments, right? And like I said, these proverbs are beautiful because they take us through different aspects of life. So, just to remind y'all what we're talking about, let me go back to the proverb. Because like I said, family, the discussion go where you take it. The lines are open, 614-556-4535. If you see something different, call in and share what you see. Because like I said, you never know how you see it may affect somebody else. We owe almost all of our knowledge not to those who have agreed, but to those who have differed. So now we're going to move to proverb number 1. Wisdom is knowing what to do next. Virtue is doing it. We're going to end with that one, family. That one right there. Hold on. That one deserves a thunderclap. A thunderclap from the ancestors. Well, damn, ancestors.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom.
There you go. All right. Damn. Ancestors didn't want to give up the clap. Wisdom is knowing what to do next. Virtue is doing it. You want to take that one first, Shaka, or you want me to take it?
I'll take it. Practice what you preach, first and foremost.
Okay.
You know, what it comes down to is that wisdom teaches you protocols. Wisdom teaches you the cycles of everything. How to get things done, how to get them undone, how to go up, how to go down, how to make money, how to lose money. It's all got a process. It's all got a cycle. And the thing is that I find myself today in a place where there's a lot of things that I know that's part of that protocol. But I have not situated all parts of my day to follow the protocol to absolute. You'll know that if y'all surprise visited me, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta clean. Let me get these clothes up off the floor. I do not even know how that chicken wing got right there. You know, and I know for myself that cleanliness is close to godliness, right? So as I know this, and I look at my environment, I say, all right, well, what's got to change? And I go inside of myself. I figure out, all right, well, this has got to change from within, and it's also got to be something that resonates in my house so that my son picks up on this new behavior. Because this is the process. This is the protocol. This is the cycle that causes us to increase through a different behavior. And that behavior that we increase through, based on the proverb, is virtuous. And when we think of certain virtues, especially, I hate when people just say, yeah, well, patience is a virtue, as if they overstand it. And a lot of times when people say, hey, patience is a virtue, that means just, hey, shut up and be quiet and just wait. That's what I get out of patience is a virtue. And you're like, yeah, you're right. But what they don't get into is the type of blessings that happen for those who have the patience of Job. For those who have waited a lifetime not doing nothing but standing still and preparing for the opportunity.
Working on mastery.
Go ahead.
I said working on mastery. Like you said, they're not doing nothing. It's not just waiting, patience. I mean, because a lot of times that's what people mean. Patience is just sit there, don't do shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how a lot of us take it. When it's
take it away.
That's not what that means. And then also now, because they say wisdom is knowing what to do next. Virtue is doing it. So a lot of us are wise. A lot of us have a lot of knowledge. But a lot of us are not virtuous. Virtue is doing it. Virtue is putting wisdom in action. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, we have a lot of wisdom. We have access to a lot of knowledge. But most of us may lack on the virtues. Putting things into motion. Putting things into action. Brother Kwame asks, what happened to Lady J? Lady J fell off. I don't know what happened. The phone just hung up. I think her battery might have went dead. I don't know. Think of patience as an alchemical process. There go Kwame getting deep on us. Is an alchemical process.
Yeah, like wine and fermentation.
There you go. I was about to, because that's where I was going, because that is a fermentation is an alchemical process, and it, like I said, we get our cues from nature. Every virtue that we have, if we cannot equate it to nature, if we cannot equate it to a mathematical proof, as Kwame likes to deal with, we need to throw that shit outside. We need to throw it away. If we can't find a model for it in nature, we need to get rid of the shit, right? Because the whole piece is either we could look at it and see it mathematically and explain it that way, or we could look at examples in nature and explain it that way. If we can't, we need to get rid of the shit, right? Because every wisdom that cannot be put into action clearly is not wisdom. You understand what I'm saying? Ideas that cannot be put in action are not wisdom. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we got all these deep brothers and sisters in our movement, in our midst, that have all this knowledge, but ain't putting shit to action. So that means that you're wise. But brother and sister, are you virtuous? Virtue. It's not called the wisdom of Mayat. The wisdom of Mayat is not important. The virtues of Mayat are. I hear a lot of motherfuckers quoting the wisdom of Mayat, but I don't see a lot of people acting on the virtues. Virtues can't be spoken. Virtues have to be acted out. Virtuous. It's action. It's a verb.
Now, okay, so here's the thing. Like, once I actually Googled the principles of Mayat.
Mm-hmm.
And this comes from Google. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I didn't know. You know, when you're dealing with the principles of Mayat versus the laws of Mayat, some of those joints don't seem like, they talking about the rivers and which one is that?
Those are the 42, they call them negative confessions. The 42 statements of Mayat, where you basically are declaring all of the things that you did not do. You know what I'm saying? All of the cultural values that you held up during this time of your life. I have not. You know what I'm saying? So it's a system in which you're able to show, or at least to yourself, or to, in some cases, if you was being judged, you know what I'm saying, you were able to show what you have done in your life by what you have not done. Brother Kwame called them the affirmations. So, you know what I'm saying, but the way they are defined in English is like, I have not done. You know what I'm saying? But there's another method where you can look at them as affirmations, discussing what you have done in life.
So let me ask you,
or the actions, the virtues.
Which of those?
Go ahead.
Which do we find the 10 Commandments in?
In the 42 is in there. You know what I'm saying? Because and we got to look at the way the Western mind works is, well, I'm not a psychologist, but there's something about subtraction that makes it real for the way that we learn. It's kind of, you know what I'm saying? It's like we learn. It's kind of crazy. It's sort of like learning through taking things away. You know what I'm saying? It is, till we get to a point where the system stops because we took too much away. So it's sort of like we whittle down to get to it. So in the way that we learn in this Western fashion, it's almost like you whittle stuff away. You experiment till you take it just a little bit too far, then you go back and you start over and do it. The 42 declarations of my eye, 42 actions of my eye. You know what I'm saying? That's what, because that's Kwame's thing. Because he's learning the Metu Neter as we speak. But family, this is what I need to do. I gotta get ready for tomorrow. Gotta get my kids up, and y'all know I gotta get up and do the show in the morning. And brother is, I did a run tonight, and I still haven't ate yet. So I feel this diet. Because I gotta look at the word. Diatomaceous earth. I feel it coming through me. I'm about to go and release it. I'm about to release it. Right? Let it do its thing. I want to say thank you to everybody that stopped in. For those that stayed the whole time, those that stopped in for a minute, those that will come in the future. I want to make sure that you know that when you join us on Gye-Nyame Journey, you are standing in the congregation of the mighty. Welcome to the congregation of the mighty, family. Make sure you support Gye-Nyame Journey because we're doing a lot of things. We're trying to make sure we get these cultural stabilizing holidays up and running. We're trying to make sure that we're training. We're doing warrior training, nation builder training, and eventually elder training. We doing it, family. We trying to bring the whole village together. Now, also, let me put this because I'm gonna definitely have to have this conversation. Family. Brother Kwame say Maya is only consistent when it is practiced in thought, word, and deed. In action, it's put in action. Shouts out to Sister Madonna. She's saying I didn't know you was on here. I ain't see you pop up. But hey, check this out, family. This is for the show, for not just for the show, but for Gye-Nyame family. This is one of the questions that you have to start asking people, because one of the things that I'm seeing is I'm getting a lot of people on my radar that I have never seen before in Columbus, but they swear they've been here their whole lives, doing some building or some shit like that. One of the major questions you have to ask people all over the country, because some of our elders have been all over the country, and they connect us. Right? So one of the things that you have to be able to do is to identify, because Shaka was real good at teaching people this. What lineage do you come from? Right? So in our movement, we have individuals who have connected with other individuals, and they have been around for a long time. So it's certain names in certain communities that will reverberate. Like, for example, there's people up in Cleveland that Shaka could hook up with today that I would be able to know and be able to identify who Shaka's been with. So me and Shaka could be talking, I wouldn't know Shaka. I'd be like, yo, who's your elder? You know what I'm saying? We have to start asking those questions. Right? You know what I'm saying? Because like during Kwanzaa, one of the things that during festivals and shit, when I'm doing stuff, I have people come up to you and say, man, I got this great idea. You know what I'm saying? If we do this as a group, you will be free within a couple of weeks and blah, blah, blah. And you have to be clear on the lineage that these people are coming from. All right. Who your elder? You know what I'm saying? Call your elder. Let me talk to the elder, you know what I'm saying, that you've been dealing with. Well, I ain't got no elders, you know what I'm saying? I can't fuck with you because you ain't got nobody vouch for you. This is why when you come into Gye-Nyame, you always have to be sponsored. You always got to have a sponsor, because somebody has to be held responsible for your fuckery. Because you get up and you can disappear. I need somebody that's been that has been stable in the community, stable in your life. Shouts out to Miss Stephanie. I see you out there. Shouts out to Dr. Stephanie. My fault. I see you out there. So, you have to start asking those identifying questions so that we can start protecting ourselves. And our elders are one of them. You don't even have to agree with them, right? But if they can vouch for you, that dude been around for years. I don't necessarily like him, but he's been around for years. No, I mean, because we think. I
can't believe you had an elder that hated you for some 20 years, man.
And didn't know who, and thought I was somebody else. But he could vouch that I've been around. You understand what I'm saying? He didn't know who the hell I was. But he could vouch that I've been around. I hated that dude for years, and because I thought he was somebody else. Like, damn. Damn. But he could vouch for me. I thought he was somebody else, but he's been around. You know what I'm saying? But that's real life. That's real life. But yo, family, I want to thank each and every last one of y'all for tuning in. I want to try to have these 10 things, because on the Gye-Nyame shirt, I'm going to put these 10 things on the back of the shirt so people understand that, you know, when you're coming in, like, there's a protocol, there's steps, you know what I'm saying, that you have to be able to identify and be able to have conversation, because a language is not just being able to, I mean, because we come up with our own words, but, you know what I'm saying, rather than doing that, should I even ask? I talked to you about, because Shaka made me aware of this shit here. This is some funny shit. I ain't gonna share it on air, but this is some funny shit, because in the community, somebody didn't like me because they thought I was somebody else for years. They never sit down and talk with me about who the fuck. I mean, even though I've sat in this person's face, we done talked, we done did shit, but they never liked me because they thought I was somebody else. I said, it's been 20 years, man, and you still don't know. I can dig it, because there's some people I don't know their name either. But I'm sitting up here like, God damn. All right, but it's cool. I ain't mad. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, even in them not liking me, he could vouch for my dedication and what I've been doing and what he's been seeing. Like he could say, look, I know that nigga ain't an agent. I don't like him, but I know he ain't no agent. But can we say that about everybody that's all of a sudden popping up and jumping up in our face? You understand what I'm saying? We need to be able to identify the lineage that these people come through. Period.
Well, I mean, and also we not only for that, but when you reach back and you got brothers coming back and resurfacing who was with you during the Mac days and all of that, you got these young cats who, because they haven't been around when the OGs was around, they need to learn how to recognize the OGs without, you know, without doing the beating their chest thing. You know what I mean?
Right. That comes with me being able to vouch for those individuals. But even in that, because we got to be careful about that too, because we do have people that disappear and pop up back up. What we have to be able to do is to identify who they've been working with while they was gone. You understand what I'm saying? Right. Because this is not this work that we do is not work that can be done in leisure time. This is something that in a sense has to be carried out on a regular, consistent basis. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying, you dropped off the radar for 15 years, but you want to come back and be an OG? No, fuck that. I'm not with that either. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because for all I know, you've been working for the FBI. You know what I'm saying? Destabilizing other motherfucking countries, or, I mean, I don't know what the fuck you've been doing. So you can't come back and just be an OG unless I'm able to at least identify some work that you've been doing in the community that you've been in for this many years. And if you've been in Columbus all this time and you want to come back and be an OG now because you're about to retire, that's just not cool. No, nigga, you ain't no OG, you a new G. You know what I'm saying? Start like a new G. Earn your rank. Show us that you are serious about this. See, because right now, we at a point now, family, where we really got to build tribe, and tribe is not built up on just me and you are cool because we had a nice conversation and shared a couple of beers or some shit like that. We got to be very clear about this. This is people's life. I spent my life in this. I done put, as I keep on talking to people about, I done put blood in the game. You know what I'm saying? I got skin in the game. Shit, I put my life on the line for this shit. And I'm not fucking with no more suckers. I ain't got time. You know what I'm saying? None of us Those of us don't. If you over 40 and you see where our people are at this point in time, we ain't got no time for suckers. I'm not. Matter of fact, this is an example. I got a brother online who just simply made a statement about how he was honoring his ancestors and how he would not let his ancestors down, and he praised them. And so he mentioned, he said, my African ancestors. So one nigga jumped on his timeline and said, American. So he said, my ancestors is not American, and that's his view. And he's able to have his view. You don't have, if you don't agree with it, you don't have to chime in. This is a statement. This was an I statement. He didn't say we. He said I. You know what I'm saying? So why you need to fuck with him about his I statement? And then somebody else came on the line and said, the only one I'm going to be raising up and praising is Jesus. This is the type of shit that we deal with. Come on now. This man made an I statement. So now he get hit by a motherfucker who wants to educate him and say, you're not African, you're American. Okay, cool. There's a time and place for that discussion. But why he's sitting up here talking about his ancestors is not the time or the place. And I don't know how he insulted you, Jesus Thumper, if you know what I'm saying, if he was making an I statement. Let people alone. You know what I'm saying? We got people like this. We ain't got time to be dealing with these motherfuckers and trying to convince them of what's right no more. There's no more time for that. There's no more time for it. I'm just saying, that's me. I'm very frustrated at this point in time. So, this is Brother Hot Tim. I'm gonna let you know now that you are in the congregation of the mighty, and this is the Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Girl, you got to go louder than that, anime. I don't know what's wrong with anime, y'all. And of course, you know this has been. I think she might need some. And this is a Heart of a Simba production. And of course, you know you have been listening to Tribal Quotes, where we strive to blow up your old paradigm. Make sure you like. Make sure you share. Right? Make sure you like. Make sure you share. Family, this is Brother Hot Tim. I am out. Peace out, Facebook. Peace out, Spreaker.